Northeast 360, bringing you a quick little video while I'm at our range. It's our indoor range. We have two of them in Massachusetts, and what I'm in charge of is our outdoor archery range. I am a range officer. We also take care of the knife and tomahawk throwing range. So I'm out here, as you can hear gunshots in the background and stuff, but I'm out here just, observing it. We just put about, I want to say $6,000 into me rebuilding these archery ranges with a nicer product for our insert. And I built some bow holders and stations and stuff like that. But being out here, we did have, a person get injured. Now, you can get injured here, you could get injured up at the trap range, you can get injured out in our rifle range. Anybody can get injured. And most of the ranges we have range officers and stuff like that with trauma kits and everything else. But, not everybody has a range like this that is conscious of that. We have a paramedic that is our vice president and does medical classes and everything else for people. I've taken numerous medical trainings, and you can see my other medical kit videos, but this is what I EDC. Okay, I EDC at all times. Get one out. I EDC this. It's a SLIK-Kit from Refuge Medical. Inside of this, it stands for sexy legs and khakis. But in here is a complete personal blowout kit. All right, as you can see, we'll read off what's in it. You have a package, one package of chest seals, 2 chest seals per package. When you have, wounds to the pleural space, sucking chest wound is a very easy term to understand. A pair of nitrite gloves, because if it's wet and sticky, as Bear would say, you don't want to touch it. We have hemostatic gauze, meaning we have a clotting compound, which is a hemostatic clay. I can't remember the name. If I remember it, I'll put it in the video. And we have a flat 4-inch ETD, which is a compact pressure dressing, which is right here. You just put that on top of what you've had to pack, or if it's, say, a knife wound, a deep gash, close up that wound and just keep pressure by wrapping. Then we also have 1X flat duct tape. Now, duct tape is in here for a specific reason. Even the U.S. Marine Corps has flat duct tape in their medical kits now, because you can make slings, you can repair things, you can take all of these baggies. Let's say you have 2 holes in your chest, but you only have 2 chest seals. Well, you can make seals out of just this plastic alone. Okay, so 2 entry holes means 2 exit holes. So when you use chest seals, one goes on the front of the hole, one goes on the back of the hole. This is a complete blowout kit. It's pretty fantastic. It's called the SLIK-Kit. I bought them originally when they were like $129. I think they're close to that now. There are coupon codes and stuff like that, and you can look at them. I believe they're doing a sale, which is great. And what you have to carry with one of these is a tourniquet. Now, I normally carry a Cat Gen 7. This is properly staged, so it's upon itself. But there are, just sharp areas you can see in here. It rubs on your pants and everything else, and let's just say you wear through pockets. Even in my regular TDUs, I have a little section that's designed for mags and stuff like that, and one of these goes right beside it, and that's my whole kit. But when I'm in jeans, like I am now, as we can see, it ruins. They ruin the back. So I got this little package here, you know, not sponsored or anything from Refuge Medical. I just believe in their products. I got this. This is called the Refuge Pocket Organizer. And I'm going to just put this down real quick. Let's make sure I can see. So basically what this does, and he, I guess, built himself, because he has a sew shop, you know what I mean? He built himself an organizer. So the way he runs his product is one back pocket gets a SLIK-Kit. The other back pocket is designed to hold tourniquets and other sharp implements like flashlights and stuff like that. It's new, everybody, so bear with me, but it'll fit your flashlight. It'll fit a spare mag, you know, in there. All these things that would normally cut up your pants, it fits. And right down the center can fit your tourniquet. Now, I'm not going to put this tourniquet in because I will show you, it will fit. Like I said, it's tough to fit it in at first, but it's new. It's going to stretch out. I'm going to be putting in a brand new SOF-T tourniquet. I am going to switch over to this. It's my EDC tourniquet. Not that these aren't great. These are fantastic. I'm a big guy. So a SOF-T, as you can see, has a lot more room to it. Okay? And the new Gen SOF-T, which is, this is a Gen 4, when you open it up, it has a lot more room. It can be opened quick to get around a limb, like a leg, a lot faster, pull tight. They upgraded the SOF-T with this little click, because a lot of people had to practice a ton to apply this tourniquet on self-aid. There was never anything to catch it. So you would have to fumble with this little triangle. That is what actually locks it in and keeps it in place. So there's that. Comes with instructions on how to use and how to store. We're going to make it as flat as possible so we can have it store flat. And I'm going to put it in my pocket. And my pocket is actually going to be set up a little bit different. It will have my spare mag in it, because I do run 2 other mags on my body. And I am going to put in my spare batteries from my weapons light, as I always keep that in my pocket. I always keep spare batteries for this and what is on my person. I mean, that's awesome. And I'll take pictures and show you, you know, in the pocket and stuff like that. But I mean, it's super simple, great idea. Bear Independent, who also runs this company, Refuge Medical, came up with that little million idea because he was frustrated. Now, this is upgraded than even the one that he has, because this also can be worn on your belt. So if you don't run pockets, you can run it in your belt. And what I also found is a lot of people are wearing those new concealed carry shorts, pants, and everything with that inner belt. Who's to say you can't just slide that on that inner belt? I mean, he gave you generous loops. It's pretty fantastic. Even if you're wearing cargo pants that aren't like combat ones with extra pockets or 511s, this is just a unique way of carrying your kit. Super simple, American made. Everything is American made, sewed here in the United States in Oklahoma. There is a scan on the tag. Now, the cool thing also about Refuge Medical, right, and they kind of started this whole thing first, is when you buy their kits, or even if you buy a tourniquet, right, the cool thing is you get a few little things in here, right? One, because everybody loves stickers, you can't be tactical without stickers, right? But it also, and I can show you, I did pay for this myself, all right? They give you this card, right? And it is just that. It's their mission to save lives. I believe right now, as of today, they have 300 lives saved. If you subscribe to Bear Independent or Refuge channel, they talk about them. They tell you, hey, this person, 4th of July, once again, held onto that firecracker too long and disintegrated a hand, and how a refuge item, whether it's a tourniquet or a full-on blow-up kit, was used to save their life. And they write in stories. They also have videos. And like I said, if you can't afford a training class, right? If you can log on to the internet, everybody, whether it's Refuge Medical or any other YouTuber out there that does any kind of medicine, it's free knowledge. You buy the tools. If you can buy 2 tourniquets, buy 2 tourniquets. Buy a blue one for training yourself. A lot of companies, including Refuge, and I would buy their products because they do some of the most amazing testing on their stuff. And if something's not working, like this pocket, guaranteed for life. Your tourniquet, you use it, you write into them, give them a brief on how you saved that person's life. New one is in the mail. Any of their kits, use this kit, right? They'll send you the contents of what you used for life. Doesn't get any better than that, guys. So don't hesitate to use your kit when you buy from them. Now, they send a QR code card, right? And they tell you how to use your kit. They show you instructional videos. Now, I have been through law enforcement training, certifications, a ton. I started my little medical journey when I got kids, and we were like, long before I was even in law enforcement. I actually was a chef for a very long time. I went out and got CPR first aid, and saw how those kits and everything else that you buy at the store, completely useless, other than a little cut or a scrape or a little burn to your finger. And I saw that, wow, this is not awesome. I should know how to do CPR on a child or a baby or an infant. Not a lot of that stuff is covered. There were elderly people. I took care of my father until he passed away. Very young. He was 54. Kidney transplant gone wrong, and he had multiple strokes. And I took care of him every day. I needed to know what to do in an emergency. So that was really kind of where the start went. I took CPR first aid, AED, and when I got my children, water safety and stuff like that. You just, as a new parent, you just want to know it all. But I didn't know how to do CPR on a child or a baby, or how to do the Heimlich, or what you should do with an infant. I actually saved my children twice from almost choking to death because I knew what to do. And I employ parents or anyone that, as you can hear the guns going off, anyone having their freedom to at least carry that or this. And if you got that, get this. And if you've got this, get training. Stop the Bleed class. There's tons of them. I know law enforcement agencies do them. Go out and do it. Even if you have to pay the $20, go out, take a Stop the Bleed course, which is very simple use of these things, and, you know, do that next progression. You can go to Refuge Training, and they do some of the most hardcore medical emergency trauma training on the planet. They have a wilderness course right now for wilderness medical training. That's a 3-day course, kicking your ass. You know, there are so many pre-quals in order to take that class. Like, if you show up and your backpack is not ready to be camping for 3 days straight in a harsh environment, you're not taking the class. All right? That's how strict it is. But their first responder classes, their medical class 1, 2, and 3 responder. I mean, guys that are Navy SEAL medics said they didn't get trained as well as that. So check them out. They're in Oklahoma. Sometimes they do classes outside of it. I think they're doing a class in Kentucky right now for Kentucky Sustainable Living. But, you know, they don't come up to the free states, but their classes are so hardcore that, you know, I will be taking the trip to Oklahoma eventually. And I've had a lot of medical training. I've even taken sheepdogs classes from Sheepdog Response. I take a lot of them. And I think they're a great group of guys, but, you know, you can only do so much in a 6-hour course. You know, we're talking Responder 3 is a 3-day event. So, just food for thought. New product. I mean, that thing's cool. Pocket organizer. I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly, but I saw it. I thought it was such a unique idea. I went so fast to hit the spend my money button that I didn't even know it came in other colors. I guess it comes in Ranger Green. It comes in black. I think a gray, and this dark flat earth. So that's Christian from Northeast 360. Get prepared. You know, we're out here. The last thing you want is your bow or your crossbow to disintegrate and take your fingers off. And then, oh no, what do? I'm out here. I'm all alone. There's no panic button other than me calling 911. Be prepared. SLIK-Kit. SOF-T. Cat Gen 7. Have a way to organize it so you can keep it on you and it's not a pain in the ass. RefugeMedical.com. This is Christian from Northeast 360 out in a blistering hot summer day at the range where I'm going to go shoot some guns. Keep moving forward, everybody.